Hi guys, welcome back to Obscene Plant Scene, where I like plants and have a potty mouth. Today I'm going to be doing a 3-month update within a few days of the few plants that I moved into moss and LECA 3 months ago. Should be a pretty quick video today, she says, hopefully, because I have a lot to do. I need to clean my garage. It's looking a little crazy. Um, yeah, so I will start with the plants that have done the best in LECA, and then show you the ones that I'm, or LECA and moss, and then I'll show you the ones that I did it as an experiment that I may be taking out today. We'll see. But starting with the best, we've got this monster. Take a guess at what this massive alocasia is before I show you the leaves. If you remember watching my last video, you'll know. Oh, sneak peek. So this is my Alocasia Regal Shield that has taken 2 LECA and moss like a freaking champ. So this is where we're at with her. Good googly moogly, y'all. I am going to try my best to show you the next to last, or the next newest leaf that came out. Hello? Ma'am? That's crazy. I did have to stick this one up with a acrylic stake because the leaves were just getting so heavy. I was worried that it was gonna lean and God forbid my dog knock the table or anything. It does have a new leaf coming out that looks to be bigger than the previous one, or that it will be bigger than the previous one once it grows in. I have this in my, what I call my plant room slash lounge area. It is on the, it's in the back of my house, so all the plants there get afternoon sun after like this time of year, probably around 1-2 o'clock. They start getting direct sun, and they get that all the way until the sun goes down at this point, like 7-8 o'clock. So this was the leaf that I was very impressed with when I first put it into moss and LECA, and since then it's just, I mean, leaf after leaf, just impressing the hell out of me. Like, I can genuinely say I have never, in my 6-7 years of doing plants and owning plants, ever had an alocasia do so well uh, for me. And there's no, knock on wood, like, there's no pests, there's no nothing on it. It is just doing fantastic. Now, when I did move it to where it is now, it did start getting more like algae growth on the inside, but you can still see it's putting out like hella big roots. I don't see any corms or any like signs of cormage, so I guess we'll see when it comes time to repot it what that looks like. On the note of repotting, um, I need to pretty soon because we are, I am at the point now where I'm having to, the LECA reservoir is like right here. I'm at the point where I'm having to add water every 3 to 4 days because it's drinking up so much water so fast. And you know, it's also hot here. Um, my lounge usually sits at like 77, 78 degrees. Humidity is usually around like 60 to 70% just because it's so hot here. Like, I'm in North Carolina, so like close to the coast. It's hot, it's humid. It's just, it is what it is. That's the woes of living here. But all that to say, the issue that I'm going to run into that I'm currently looking for is, as you can tell, this is just like a flower vase. And this is 11.5. The widest part of the top is 5.5. So I have been scouring thrift shops and Hobby Lobby and Michael's and big box stores, Walmart, Target, Lowe's, Home Depot, trying to find a vase that is bigger than this, but isn't doesn't have like a, like it doesn't go in at the top, so I can still repot it again if necessary. I'm running pretty slim on options. I don't really want to have to order one online if I can help it, but at this point, if I can't find anything in the next few weeks, I'm gonna have to order a vase from like Vase Depot or some shit. I'm sure that exists somewhere. Um, my only other option is, and you can tell me if this is crazy or if it's genius. I did find a, well, two options. One that just hit me because I just did a post on my Facebook about my big Hoya in a plastic trash can. I wonder, I really want to put it in glass, but if I'm going to have to go the plastic or acrylic route, my big Hoya pubic calyx, and when I say big, I mean like 4 feet tall, big, is on is planted in a clear acrylic trash can from Target. It's just like a bathroom trash can. I think it's like a 5 gallon, 6 gallon trash can. But I soldered holes in the bottom of it and planted my Hoya in there. And my Hoya's been in there for a year and it's doing amazing. And that's just in soil. So, what I may do now that I'm thinking about it is I may try looking for like a clear or even like a frosted trash can that's made of acrylic and not like plastic because plastic is going to be flimsy. I don't want it to be super flimsy. I want it to have some sturdiness to it, which I find with the acrylic is a little bit better. So if I can't find a glass one, then I'm going to look for one of those in acrylic. And then if not, I did find, and again, it's kind of thin, so I don't really want to do it. I was thinking about, I did find like a clear-ish, like definitely transparent, like brown colored beverage dispenser at Walmart. And it's like it's almost shaped like a barrel, and then it's got like a golden spigot at the bottom. But if I can get that and then either take the spigot off or even leave it on and put like mesh over it so like little pieces of LECA or sediment gets in there, I could essentially have that. And then if I get to the point where I want to ever flush my plant out, because it's huge, it's like a 2 gallon, 3 gallon container. So if I put this in there, it will be in there for a hot minute. So if I do that, I would be able to flush the LECA so that there's no like nutrient buildup. So maybe that's the way to go. I don't know. I'm still pondering, as you can tell. If you have any ideas yourself, definitely feel free to share with the class because I'm genuinely not sure what I'm going to do at this point. Kind of just bouncing around in my head, a couple different ideas. But either way, good problem to have because it's doing so well. Moving on to the other alocasia that I also moved into moss and LECA. This is my Gagiana aurea that's reverted, and this is the newest leaf. Still, it's not as quite as impressive as a regal shield, but for context, this, which one's the oldest one? This is the oldest leaf right here. So you can see that one, and then this is the newest leaf. So although it's not as impressive as a regal shield, the size up, the leaf has doubled in size. So it's still doing well. And then it has a new leaf coming out right here. There we go. So I'm excited to see how that one looks. I do find that these alocasia tend to gravitate towards the sun. So I have been coming to it every few days and kind of rotating it so that the leaves don't just all like lean to one side. You can see the roots in here just as well as the regal shield. And I did just water this one because it was dry, and it's been dry for I don't know how long, which is why this leaf had some issues. I had a really busy July, so I did have a few of my plants get completely dry and me neglect them, unfortunately, and they showed me very quickly that they were not happy with that. So but still, like this one's in a different room in my house, and it still had no signs of pests. I do, even with the moss leca, I do maintain not only putting either my Super Thrive or GT Foliage Focus in with the water that I put in, but I also do still add in the SNS 209. I do think that's helping with the pest or lack thereof. So, like, even like the little white spots that I've seen every now and then, because I'm always on the lookout for spider mites, because I'm neurotic. Even the like little white spots I've seen, I've taken my microscope to them and it's just dust. Hey, welcome to adulthood, living in a house. There's dust. So, but this one's doing very good. So I'm very happy. I'm excited to see how big the next leaf gets. I do think this was a reverted Aurea, so I'm interested to see if as it grows up, maybe maybe it will unrevert. I don't know. We'll see. Either way, I'm still super happy with it. I absolutely love it. And I'm excited to see how big it will get. So that is her. So those are my successes in Moss and Leca. I did move two other Alocasia to Moss Leca. I moved my Black Velvet, which I showed in my previous video, the mid-year plant tag that I did from Anna Plants. That one is doing super, super well. Um, and then I also moved my Antoro Black Velvet into Moss and Leca. That one is just starting to do well now. It definitely is a lot slower on the comeback, I've noticed, because I've got a few now that I'm trying to like grow in different conditions to see what suits them better. I have one inside in my game room, not in the game room. Game room's dark. I have one inside in my lounge, and then I have one outside in front of my house. And I definitely, I don't know, they both seem to be growing at a pretty slow rate, equally slow. So I did move that one into Moss and Leca about a month and a half, 2 months ago now. It's finally putting out its first new leaf since being in there. Black Velvet, I did roughly within the same few days, and it's put out like 3 new leaves. So if that just gives you a little bit of context. Um, Now moving on to the plants that I'm experimenting with in Moss and Leca. And I'll start with the one that's less disappointing, I guess. So this is my anthurium. This is the newest leaf. It's still hardening off. And then this leaf is obviously done. Uh, this one, again, I did the same thing as I did with my alocasia. I let it go dry. It was not happy. I have this one just in a mason jar, and normally when you have anthurium, you see roots like crazy. This has been in this jar for probably 2 months. It's put out these 2 new leaves, and it's not got any roots that I can see. So this, although that one leaf did come off and it's like rotty at the bottom, I am going to leave it in the moss and leca because it does feel like the stem feels firm and like it feels firm, right? So I'm just gonna leave it. I'm gonna keep watering it. I'm gonna keep it in bright light. Actually, I may move it. I think I'm gonna move it to my cabinet. I'll do that and see what happens. But I mean, it's growing. It's not got any bugs. I've checked for flat mites. It's not got anything on it. The leaves themselves are really pretty. Like, they are gorgeous anthurium leaves. This is the hybrid that it is. Uh, like I said, it's doing, it's living. It's not dying, but I would like to see it do better, obviously. Now for the one that I think I'm going to unpot while we're here talking about it. This is my begonia. Yeah, she floppy. Y'all, I did the same thing. I let this one go dry. I should not have done that. That was dumb. So it was doing so well. And like there's water in it now. I put water in it like 2 weeks ago and it's just not come back from the neglect that it suffered at my hands. And like, it's not got any pests. It's not got any like thrips or webs or anything. This is the newest leaf here. It's pretty. Like the newest leaf is not crispy. The next to newest leaf is not crispy. This one, grody. This one, kind of crispy. But like you can see, like it looks so good. It's just there's nothing to be seen in there at all. So what I think I'm gonna do, because the stem looks super dehydrated. I don't know if you'll be able to see. Yeah, you see that? So I think I'm just gonna rip it out and I'm gonna put it back in soil and see what happens. So yeah, I've made that decision right now. So I'm just gonna, why the fuck not? I'm just gonna go ahead and do it. See what happens. I've not unpotted any moss LECA setups. So okay, I'm a little surprised there's no roots. Well, I say that, it feels like it's in there. But then again, maybe it's just like really in the, maybe the stem is like really deep down in the LECA or whatever. Because all of that, like none of that looks like roots. Oh, there it goes. Oh. I'm trying to be gentle and not like pull anything too crazy. Like that's definitely not a root. That's definitely just spag moss. That seemed to unravel quite a bit there. Ooh, 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 there we go. There we go. Ooh, hello. LECA. Okay, put this back. Oh yeah, she rotting. Yeah, that sucks. That's upsetting. I'll just pull the rest of this off that I know is definitely moss. Um, Thank you for mowing your lawn today. I appreciate you, dudes. Okay, so here's the plan. These roots look like garbage, as you can see. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna pick them off, and I am going to definitely reuse that LECA. I'll clean it or rinse it out or whatever. Clean the cup real good. Actually, what if I just cut that off? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna chop this off. I'm gonna put the stem. I don't know. That looks a little rotty. You see right there how that looks a little rotty and gross. So I think I'm actually gonna cut it right here. Yeah. If I cut it, I'm gonna break it. Oh yeah. See, that's, you can see the difference in the color on the inside of the stem. That would have just rotted. So I'm glad I did that. Okay. So all of that is green. That is green and super healthy. So I am going to let this dry. I'm going to pull off the crispiest, worst looking leaf. Oh no, it's actually not coming off at all. Okay, never mind. Change plans. I'm going to leave that alone. So I am going to let this callus over for an hour or so, or longer if I forget. I usually keep it on my kitchen counter, that way I can't completely forget, because at some point throughout the day, somebody in my family is going to go, why is this plant here? So if I forget, they'll remind me. I am going to let this callus over, put it in a glass of water, and see what happens. And if I can get it to grow back, I'm gonna try moss LECA again. I'm not gonna give up on this begonia because it's my, like, it's the best growing begonia I've ever had, and I really like this. I don't know what kind it is, by the way. It has like really thick leaves. It's not like a super papery thin begonia like most of them are. So I would really like this one to grow well, because if it does grow well, I'm gonna get more. But only of this like really thick leaf type variety. species, whatever. But yeah, so if you guys have any plants that you've tried in Moss LECA that are not your typical alocasia, definitely let me know. I am wanting to try a monstera, but I also know their roots grow so crazy fast. It almost makes me nervous. Like, if I plant it in glass, will it break the glass? Because most vases are like really thin. And because monstera roots grow so crazy, that would just make me hella nervous. But anyway, let me know your thoughts. Wish me luck on my begonia adventures. And if you have any other suggestions of varieties of begonia or of alocasia, also if you have an alocasia regal shield albo and or albo and know where I can get one, and that includes corms. No, not corms. I don't want corms because then you don't know if you're going to actually get variegation. Plantlets that have variegation, let me know because I'm on the hunt for that. That's my new obsession that I'm trying to find. Yeah, but let me know down in the comments below. And y'all have a great rest of your day, night, evening, wherever you are. Thanks so much, and happy planting.